What's up? Welcome back to Real West Talk. My name is Sam. I'm joined by Nick. Shreyas. Breaking news. Leny Yoro is on his way to Manchester to do a medical. He is due to sign for Manchester United today. We were supposed to get the here we go. I'm going to give you all the details. I'm going to give you all the information. But first of all, lads, how are we? Nick, first reaction to the news. I'll get into the details, but I just want your reaction first of all.
Sure, I feel a bit like a journalist at the minute. You know, like when they go on a Zoom call live and like, reporting from wherever. I mean, I'm in Eccles. It's not like anything sparkly, but this has absolutely surprised the life out of me. Did not expect this at all. I thought it was fake when you put it in the WhatsApp. Did not believe a single word of it. I still don't believe it's going to happen now until he's actually holding up the shirt. But I'm sure we'll dive into all the details of it. And my God, what a fucking signing this is if we do pull it off.
Yeah, Shreyas, obviously you're wearing a Madrid shirt, so. Obviously, you were hoping he was going to sign for Madrid at some point, but he's now signed for Manchester United. How are we feeling? Are we excited?
Oh yeah, of course. Because I think we definitely needed another centre back, and I think going in for someone like Leny Yoro, with the age profile, and I would say, with the kind of talent and potential he actually brings to the team as well. We know how good Ten Hag works with young profiles and young players, and right now, with the players that we signed in this window, all of those guys actually fit that sort of a profile. Xerxes very young, Yoro very young. Both of them have massive potential. So completely falls into Ten Hag's wheelhouse. And I think with the kind of player he is, he can complement Lisandro quite well as a partnership in a back four. With the way he dictates signals in the box, his physical presence in the box as well, the way he's able to absorb pressure and then just shift the pressure from either side of the of the defensive strip. I think Euro fits in quite well. And the fact that Madrid being in the race for him, we all know how it went down with Camavinga. So to have managed to actually pull him from Madrid to Manchester, it's actually a very, very big move. And I think Ineos have made a very, very nice statement, getting these guys in before even I would say or even before August actually ends, because usually when we do sign players, it happens 1 week before deadline day or just on deadline day that we're able to sign someone.
And it's a panic buy as well. It's never the player that they've wanted. It's always a panic buy.
This time it is rather more structured. This is the first time I'm seeing that we are actually walking away from deals if we think that it's they're quite expensive. We are actually having alternatives to turn to. If Bransfield didn't work out, we turn to De Ligt. If De Ligt if the De Ligt deal seems too expensive, we move to Euro. So it's actually way more structured and organized this time around. It's a good move by Ineos. It's a very positive.
I saw a tweet which made me laugh, and I just thought I'd share it. In a radical change at Manchester United, the club has decided that rather buy players from Real Madrid at the end of their career with a tubby belly, they will instead sign the player before they even go to Madrid.
Yeah,
I like that. That's a good sign. Yeah, I'm gonna give you. I'll give you a breakdown of how it's happened and what's gone on and all that, so everybody's up to date on it, and then we'll get into the comments. So last night, just before I went to bed, James Ducker was saying United appear to be prioritising the deal for Leny Yoro. If it does not happen, United seem to be in a position to accelerate the deal for Matthijs de Ligt. So apparently, de Ligt is on hold, and they were trying to prioritise this signing. So this morning, Fabrizio Romano was saying the president of Lille is telling Leny Yoro to sign for United over Madrid. And then about 2 hours ago, David Ornstein, the Oracle, the GOAT, whatever you want to call him, Leny Yoro is flying to the UK to take medical and finalise personal terms with Manchester United as they push to complete a £62 million signing. If Man United sign Leny Yoro, they score their primary target to bolster their defence and a player regarded across the game as a generational talent. Man United maintain their admiration for options such as Matthijs de Ligt at Bayern Munich, Everton's Jared Branthwaite, although a future arrival is likely to depend on the departures to create finance and squad space. Man United want to get the Leny Yoro deal as soon as possible to avoid any Real Madrid hijack. Contract proposal valid until June 2029 with an option for a further season, salary increasing year upon year. Man United still hope to sign another centre-back, de Ligt or Jared Branthwaite, if they can raise the money through player sales. Nick, does this sound like we're definitely going to sign 2 centre-backs then if we sell somebody? Because it all seems like, we're still keeping Jared Branthwaite in mind. De Ligt is still on the burner. That deal's ready to go. But Yoro was clearly the priority to get it done. Do you think we see another centre-back signing if we, say, shift a Lindelof, shift a Maguire, something like that?
I mean, we discussed this last night. Well, it never made sense to me why we just signed one. But obviously we always still, even though it is a new era now under Ineos, we're still hearing the same. We have to sell to buy first. It's obviously a bit of a complex market at the minute, and they're trying to adhere to these kind of new PSR regulations, or they might just be chatting shit and they might have money anyway. No one really knows. But either way, they're doing it the right way, which is the correct thing to do. I still would like to let in as well. We know the injuries that Sandro's had, and we know you just can't rely on him at the moment. As much as I love him, as much as a phenomenal player, it's risky in it because if he goes out for another 6 months, what do we do? You have an 18-year-old
Johnny Evans.
Yeah, exactly. So you know
Yeah.
the situation there. Also, as well, just to kind of, I don't know if who's going to get into it, but on Yoro, he's obviously an amazing talent, and he's very young. He's 18 years old, Yoro. So it has to be. We've paid a lot of money. He's probably going to be on decent wages, but you have to be careful with these kind of signings. Like he has to grow into the team.
Patience.
And patience and the expectations, because everyone's going to think. You know, people. You know what people like on Twitter and these kind of tactical experts or whatever. They'll be like, "Oh, it's the next best thing since fucking Jesus." But you have to limit your expectations a little bit. Let him grow into the team and see how he develops. But yeah, on your question, I think we need we definitely need a Delete signing on top of that as well.
Yeah, that's Shreyas. I'll ask you the same question, but on top of that, say we do make space. I think we were talking off camera. Say Lindelof goes for 10, 12 million. That frees up some wages. That gives you a couple of million in the bank. Obviously, I'm going to touch on Mason Greenwood because that deal is also complete, but we'll touch on that separately. So that is a possibility, and then you might get people like Hannibal. There's still a possibility. Sancho. I know there's interest in Scott McTominay. Do you think this is the part of the squad rebuild that we need to desperately do? And do you see any sort of major exits in order to get the Delict deal done or the Branthwaite deal done?
I think Lindelof is, as far as the defensive department is concerned, I think Lindelof is the only one that I've heard very, very concrete rumors and actually links with other clubs. So I think Lindelof might be on the way out. So Delict does make a lot of sense because once again, with Euro coming in, I don't expect him to actually, just play 50 games a season the moment he signs for United in the season. There needs to be a process that, he's eased into the team. So Delict needs to be another signing that has to be made in that centre-back department. Other than that, Lindelof, McTominay, Sancho, Hannibal, these sort of players. McTominay and Lindelof do look like, players who might actually be leaving. It looks more realistic. With McTominay, I'm hearing a lot of rumors as well that Fulham and a lot of other clubs are interested in him. So if these guys do end up leaving, it creates space for us to get Delict. It creates space for us to actually go on for Ugarte or maybe even sign Amrabat later in the window for 30 mil. And they do offer us more quality than these players actually offer you, because rather than having McTominay come on in the final minutes of the game, you have someone like an Amrabat or an Ugarte, more quality. They've got more energy, and they've actually got much more depth, and it is depth that you can actually rely on too. It's not depth where in the final moments or in the dying stages of the game you're just thinking, we just need to hold on. We just need to hold on. They're much better players, and actually, they're players who can challenge for that first team position as well. And that's what you need, competition for places.
You need I'd say you need 15 or 16 first team players. I think that's the ideal. If you've got 15, 16 first team players who are all fighting out of different positions, that's the ideal. And then you sort of supplement that with youth players and stuff like that. I'll read out some
any
comments.
Team you would see,
Go on, so you finish your point.
I think any team you see, whether it's Liverpool, City, all have three decent centre backs, like three good centre backs who can start for them week in and week out. Same goes for fullbacks and same for the midfield. So I think we are going in the right direction with it. If we get Lisandro, we get Delict and Yoro. We've got three really good centre backs who can, rotate as well, because our injury concerns with Lisandro are actually quite serious.
Yes.
He's never been, never been able to play a full season for us. So in that aspect, I think we definitely need another centre back, and Delict might be the one.
Yeah, I'll read out some comments and then we'll touch on the Mason Greenwood thing. It's just a quick little show today because I'm at work, Nick is at work, Shreyas is at work, so we're trying to get the news to you. I know we've got to go back to our day jobs, unfortunately. PhD, amazing news, absolutely. Callum, I hope our third signing is Delict. Afternoon all from Richard. Macmillan, I said on the show last night, let's be delusional and throw our realism out the window. Believe Yoro would sign for United. I was right. I should have put money down. I'd be rich. Yeah, you should have done, but oh well.
Yeah.
According to Muppeteers, we're still in for Branthwaite, Greenwood, done to Marseille, McTominay, straight profit. Branthwaite and Arte next. I hope so. My damn United, after all, great work by Ineos if it goes through. Well played, absolutely. Good thing that Ineos has a French club called Nice, so if they get business for French clubs, Marseille for Greenwood, Yoro from Lille, Jim could see into the future. Very possible. David Harrington, I'd rather sign Delict, but only because I've not seen Yoro, won't pretend to have. I'd also take Delict over Branthwaite. How many right centre backs do we need? Evans being our second choice left centre back behind Leacher. De Ligt is a right centre back, so he's Yoro. Branthwaite is a left centre back, also quicker than De Ligt. Had an unbalanced sign for too long. It's a good point. That very good point from Matt Millen.
Yeah.
Monty talks. We need to get Collier in the first team. I hope I see him this season. I take Yoro because I haven't heard any of the links with Real Madrid for De Ligt. Richard Hawkins, he was actually one of the players that impressed me the other day. I think that's on Toby Collier. Just touch quickly on the Mason Greenwood news. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted this. Here we go. Done deal to Olympic Marseille. Private flight booked to land in Marseille, undergo medical test. Deal valid until June 2029. United received 30 million euros plus 50% sell on. Happy Nick. Done deal. It's over now. Finished. We don't have to talk about it.
Good fucking riddance. That's what I say. Honestly, I don't have anything further to expand on that point. I'm just happy he's gone and we don't have to ever talk about it ever again.
Yeah, it's moved on. Absolutely. I'm well happy with that. And then Fabrizio Romano, a little bit of an update on the Yoro deal. Yoro has accepted Manchester United's contract offer. He will leave to have his medical today. The here we go for Leny Yoro is coming very soon, probably today. That's from Fabrizio Romano. So it seems like all systems go. Obviously, we were joking around in the group chat that we've had these moments before. Camavinga, for one. We've had John Obi Mikel actually holding a United shirt and then signed for Chelsea. So let's not count our chickens just yet. Let's not but all signs sort of point towards the good. Thank you, it's Sam, for joining the Real Reds Ultra. I appreciate it, mate. I thought you were already a member. Maybe you just re-upped, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Legend.
Shreyas, with Yoro on his way to do his medical, what do you think the next step is for Manchester United now? Where do we go from here?
I think now that, it's pretty much a done deal with Leny Yoro, I think we need to make sure that, the Ugarte deal is still going at a good rate. The De Ligt deal is going at a good rate. And if De Ligt and Ugarte are in the back, I think we definitely need to explore our options when it comes to that left back position. Because I think that is an area that is still quite vulnerable. I think in that defensive department, I'm quite happy having Aaron Wan-Bissaka and, Diogo Dalot as the choices for that right back position. I'm very happy with De Ligt, Yoro, and Lisandro being there. Then you've got Evans for competition as well, just to come in and play a certain few games, maybe a couple games. Not having to rely on Evans to play 35 games a season seems the right way to go. And I think that left back position though is still an area where there are a lot of warning signs because you never know how long Luke Shaw is going to stay fit. Still no update on when Malacia will exactly be back. And hopefully there's not another setback with his injury. So I think that left back position is certainly an area where we need to look into. Except that I think most of the areas are covered. I think the attack, we are quite filled. We've got Rashford, you've got Garnacho, you've also got the likes of Ahmad, Anthony, then you've got Xerxes and Højlund. So attack is sorted. Midfield, I think if we are able to get in Ugarte and maybe Amrabat as well, I think that department is quite sorted too. It's just that left back position that concerns me the most.
Yeah, I've just seen a couple more things. Madrid have been informed Leny Yoro chosen United over them. And then I don't know if this is true. It's from Chris Wheeler in the Daily Mail. Leny Yoro was Liverpool's prime target also, but I understand to be convinced he only wanted to move to Spain. So if we've snatched him from Liverpool, it's a fucking bonus, isn't it? That is absolute. I love that shit. Give me that all day. Nick, for you, what would your next steps be in terms of next signings? If Yoro gets over the line, who do you want next? Do you want Ugarte in next? Do you want another centre back? Like, where do you want to go with United?
Well, the Royal Mail van's just pulling up at the perfect time, so I can hardly fucking hear anything. But my next step, what it would be, honestly, is to eat me dinner because it's staring at me on the side. So that's my personal next step.
Yeah.
And also, I think the midfield is something that's kind of being under prioritised at the moment. Ugarte definitely needs to come in, and that Casemiro situation needs to be sorted out. But as I'm probably sure as it is with a lot of the other situations, it's a case of we need to sell to get this, we need to do this to get this. So it's going to be transactional. It's going to be a couple of weeks apart, I'd imagine. They're going to sort that. Excuse me. Well, they're going to sort that the second centre back out. And then I believe it'll be in the midfield, and then any kind of add-ons like left backs and another little bit that we need to do. I'm sure they'll address that. But midfield for me is priority, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'll read out a couple last comments and then we'll get off. The David Harrington sell on is 50% of the profit for Greenwood, I've heard. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's 50% in the total weight or the profit, but either way, we're getting some money for it. Is it true Yoro's wages are 140k per week? Got to be stipulations for that wage to be true. Also, his wage is supposed to go up every year.
110. So I've read.
110. 110.
Yeah.
We'll probably find out in time. Like once he signs his contract, we'll find out in time. Maguire's now the official meet and greet at United, not playing football anymore. New position is United's player host. Fucking hell. He's taking up Donny's spot. That's what Donny used to do before he left.
Yeah.
Many men more than aware of paid good money to be treated. I'm not reading that. Fuck that thing. Yeah, let's just hide that one. Didn't Nick say a sing us a song once Yoro signs? Was that just a
no,
you signing one for Are you singing one for Yoro as well?
If you want one, I mean, I'll bring one up, but not off the top of my head right now. But I did one for Xerxes, so why not?
Yeah, leave it with Nick, and he'll come up with a new one. I'm sure there'll be a chant ready to go. We'll call it there, lads. Nice little 15 minutes. We've all got our jobs to go back to. Thank you everybody for joining us. There's been like 30 odd people in the chat. Sorry if I didn't get to comment. Like, share, subscribe, go follow all the socials. There'll be some more updates with Yoro, I'm sure, as the day goes on. We'll be back tonight. It's probably going to be a late night live due to sort of some stuff going on, but if things happen, we'll be back tonight. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate Nick and Shreyas coming on their lunch break, and we will see you later on tonight. Peace out.
Yoro. Leny Yoro.
There's your song. Peace out.